Well, hey guys, I wanted to show you guys how to play Project First Dates. I set this up so that you can see how the common game will play. Over here you have your question cards and your category cards. Over here you have your point bank. You kind of have it either way, but this is for one player, this is for the other player. So the player with the longest hair is going to go first. So the player with the longest hair will be able to draw a category card to start the game. In this case, it is the Passions card. So as I've drawn the Passions card, I then will be able to draw the question card here. In this case, now before I go too much further, I'm going to show you guys the point banks because that's going to be each person's points for the duration of the game. So for me, I'll have this one. For her, she'll have this one. And you can keep them closer to yourself. I just wanted to make sure it stayed in frame here. In this case, for the Passions question, the question is, who is your favorite comedian? In my case, it's currently Bill Burr. I've had a lot of fun listening to his podcast. He has a lot of great relationship advice. I'd highly recommend you guys all check it out. He's a great one. So I'll set the question card over here. That's basically in the discard pile, although it can come back later and I'll show you guys how. If she really liked my answer, then she has the option of playing the game two ways, and you guys have to decide this in the beginning. So if you don't mind judging each other's answers, then you can go between 1 and 4 points. If you don't like judging each other's answers, and sometimes that's the case, sometimes people like to start off this way, then you would give the player 2 points. So in this case, every round it would just be 2 points, and once that 2 points is given, the next question, 2 points, if the answer is given. If there is no answer given, or it's passed because it's not a question they really like, then 0 points. But in any case, 2 points would be given for every single answer. In the standard way of playing, it would be between 1 and 4 points. So if she really liked my answer and she really likes me, then she'd give me 4 points. That's the point. If you really like the person that you're out on a date with this, you want to be able to give them points so they can get closer to asking a flirtatious question at the bottom of these cards. So in this case, I can now see that I have 4 points. She's keeping my points. That way I can't cheat and add more points randomly. So I know I have 4 points, and over here I can see that it costs 4 points to pick a category, to draw a question card and read from any standard category. So in this case, the standard categories are these first 5 categories here. First 5 categories here, and then the flirtatious one is at the bottom of every card. So those will be avoided until you have 8 points to spend. So if you aren't really having a good date and your date's kind of giving you boring answers, you give 1 point each round if you're playing by standard rules. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to take them much longer to get to the point where they could ask something more personal from the flirtatious category. Once you have whichever amount of points that you have, say I have 8 points, but I don't want to do a flirtatious question, I could pick a question from the next 3 cards. This is changed in the final version to be 3 cards because drawing 5 cards was just too many to read from in one round. So I would then be able to draw 3 cards and pick from the standard categories in these 3. So maybe I want this adventure one that says shark diving, bungee jumping, or skydiving. I kind of think that I'd want to do the shark diving a little more than all the other ones. So, and I'd be able to discard those cards, and I've spent 6 points in order to do that. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I'm down to 2 points. That's how the point system works. Keeps it in the card form so it's a little easier. Otherwise I would have to include dice, and that would be less of a pocket perfect thing. I want this to be able to fit in your pocket real easy. So now you would move on to the next question, or you can actually repeat the same question. In the case where I was asking who is your favorite comedian, now she could answer her favorite comedian next. So then I would give her points, so on and so forth, and you transition back and forth. Once you've awarded all your points and move on to the next round, that's basically how the rounds work each time that you go through. At the bottom of these cards, there is a blank spot that you can use to put in your own reward, or if you got the collector's edition or one of the expansions here, I keep one in here. This is the prototype of the Gay and Lesbian Out of the Closet expansion. In this case, the deck would go right next to your question deck because it's 18 additional cards that specify or are specific. Then it would be 2 points. On these wrappers, you'll see on the back that they have 2 points to ask a out of the closet question. So then now, if you did get one of those expansions, you can spend 1, 2, and be able to pick from this deck. These ones have a nice sheen to them, but I'm not going to actually include this in the final version. What you also notice in this one is that this, along with the regular game, have blank cards attached. So I'll include blank cards in the regular game, which you'll see some. I don't have one right by me now, but you'll be able to fill in new questions that you like from the website or on your own. So if you want to add something that you like or are particular about, you'll be able to do that. And that's it. That's kind of the basis for how the game is played, how the expansions work. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoy playing the game. Hopefully you can come to an event. Have a good one.